AI agents are about to change how every business operates. Problem is, most people still don't understand what they actually are. So let me explain it in a way that actually makes sense. If you don't know who I am, I'm Cameron True. I started coding at 13, got a computer science degree, and then spent 7 years in corporate jobs in London before quitting to co-found 2 7-figure AI companies. Now I document everything I learn about AI and share it here. Here's what we're doing. 3 levels. Each one builds on the last. By the end, you'll understand exactly what an AI agent is, how it's different from the tools you've already used, and why every business owner needs to pay attention right now. Let's get into it. Level 1, the chatbot. You already know this one. ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. You type something in, you get something back. That's it. Ask it to draft an email, it drafts the email. Ask it to summarize a report, it summarizes the report. Input, output, done. But ask it what's the latest from that client who was kicking off last week, and it just stares at you. It can't check your inbox, it doesn't know your clients, has no idea what conversations you're having. 2 things to remember here. 1, these models know nothing about you, not your schedule, not your business, not your data. They're general purpose, not personal. 2, they're passive. They sit there and wait for you to type something. Stop typing, they stop working. That's level 1, useful but limited. Level 2, the workflow. Now it gets interesting. What if you told the AI, every time I ask my client, go check my inbox first? Now when you ask what's the latest from that client who was kicking off last week, it actually goes and looks, finds the email thread, and gives you the answer. You've just built a workflow. You connected the AI to a tool and told it exactly what path to follow. But here's the catch. You ask a follow-up, what's their payment status? And it breaks. Because you told it to check your email, you didn't tell it to check Stripe. It only follows the track that you laid. Think of it like an assembly line. It does the same thing in the same order every single time. Brilliant for that one job. But ask it to do something slightly different and it doesn't know how. You'd have to rebuild the whole line. You can make the line longer, more steps, check the inbox, check Stripe, then draft the reply, then log it in your CRM, 10 steps, 100 steps, 1,000. It does not matter. If a human decides the path, it's a workflow, not an agent. Here's a real example. You build a workflow in N8N that monitors your support inbox. It pulls out any new customer complaints, sends them to an AI to categorize by urgency, then drops a summary into a Slack channel for your team. It runs every hour, completely automatic. But you still built every step. You chose the tools, you wrote the prompts, you defined the path, and if the output isn't good enough, you go back in and manually tweak the prompt until it is. That is trial and error. That's you, the human, making the decisions. Now, keep that in mind. Level 3, the agent. Here's where everything changes. When you built that workflow, you did 2 things. You figured out the plan, then you picked the tools to execute it. The thinking and the doing, that was all you. An AI agent does both. You give it a goal and it figures out how to get there on its own. And this is the single most important thing in this entire video. The one change that turns a workflow into an agent is this. The human decision maker gets replaced by the AI. The AI looks at a support email and thinks, okay, this person can't log in. That's a technical issue. I should create a ticket. But this next one is asking for a refund. That's billing. I'll flag it for the finance. It reads, it decides, it acts. Each email gets handled differently based on what it actually is. But there's a third thing that makes agents genuinely powerful. They iterate. Remember how in the workflow example, if the output wasn't good enough, you had to go back and manually rewrite the prompt? AI agent does that on its own. It drafts something, evaluates it, decides it's not good enough, rewrites it, checks it again, loop after loop until the result meets the criteria. The agent handles it all. So, to recap, an agent receives a goal, it reasons about the best approach, it takes action using the tool it has access to, and it checks its own work, and it loops until the job is done. The AI is the decision maker. That's the difference. Now, let me tell you why the timing of this video matters. A year ago, AI agents were mostly hype. People were talking about them constantly, but almost nobody was actually using them in their business. It was all demos and concept videos, cool to watch, but no real substance. That's changed. 3 big reasons. First, connecting AI to your tools used to be a nightmare. Every tool needed its own integration. Your CRM needed one, your email needed another, your calendar another. Now there's a standard called MCP that handles all of it. One protocol works across every major AI platform. There are even marketplaces now where you can browse integrations and install them in click. That matters because an agent is only useful if it can actually access your systems. Now it can easily connect to all of your tools. Second, the AI got smarter. An agent is only as smart as the model powering it. And a year ago, these models would lose their mind steps into a task. You give it something complex and it'd either forget what it was doing or make something up. Now, the latest models can actually hold a train of thought. They can work through a problem step by step, keep track of where they are, and make reasonable calls along the way. They're not perfect, but they're good enough to trust with real work. Third, you don't need to be technical anymore. A year ago, if you wanted to run an AI agent, you were writing Python scripts and wiring up APIs. Now there are actual products built for business owners. OpenClaw is a good example. You install it and connect it to the tools you already use: email, calendar, Slack, whatever. Set up the tasks you want it to handle and let it run. It's not completely plug and play yet, but it's getting there fast. It works in the background and you interact with it through your normal messaging apps. But it's bigger than one product. OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity, they're all shipping agent capabilities directly into their platforms. You can go into Claude or ChatGPT right now and have them take actions, use tools and work through tasks without you guiding every step. The infrastructure is here, the products are here. The only thing missing is people actually using them. So why should you even care? Because every process you currently run, manual or automated, is a candidate to become an agent. Customer support, lead qualification, content production, bookkeeping, reporting, all of it. The workflows are the starting point, the agents are the destination. And the founders who lead into this early, who actually start experimenting with agents in their business, they're going to be miles ahead of the ones who wait. Now, let me tell you where I think this is actually heading. And I'm going to be straight with you. AI agents are going to take jobs. That's just the reality. But here's who it's not coming for: the experts. The people who are genuinely the best at what they do, the top 1% in their field. Those people aren't getting replaced. They're about to become more valuable than ever. Here's why. An AI agent is only as good as the knowledge you put into it. The reasoning, the decision making, the how should I approach this problem, that all has to come from somewhere. And right now, that somewhere is a person who actually knows what they're doing. Think about it. An AI agent that handles customer support for a SaaS product. Someone who deeply understands that product, those customers, those edge cases. They're the one who can build an agent that actually works. Not some generalist, the expert. An AI agent that qualifies leads for a specific industry, the person who spent 10 years in that industry and knows exactly which signals matter, they're the ones whose knowledge makes that agent valuable. The expertise doesn't go away, it gets packaged differently. And this is the bit that excites me. I think the biggest opportunity in AI over the next few years isn't building the models, it isn't building the platforms, it's packaging the domain expert into agents. If you're the best accountant in your city, the best recruiter in your niche, the best media buyer for e-commerce, your knowledge is about to become infinitely more scalable than it's ever been. Because right now, your expertise is locked inside your head, limited by the number of hours in your day. An AI agent unlocks that. It takes what you know, your frameworks, your decision-making process, your judgment, and runs it 24/7 at scale that you could never reach alone. The people who figure this out early, they're going to make serious money. Not because they're technical, not because they can code, but because they have genuine expertise and they learn how to put it to work inside an agent. That's the real shift. AI doesn't replace experts, it makes them more valuable. But only the ones who move now. If you want to get started with this, my next video is a full walkthrough on setting up an AI agent with OpenClaw from scratch. No code, no technical background needed, just a step-by-step guide to getting your first AI agent up and running. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you love AI and want to stay up to date, join my newsletter at camerontree.com, link in the description.